If you'd like online business explained to you in a way that you can actually understand, go to latenightim.com/explain. It's completely free and I made it just for you. Now, how about an episode? Episode 189.
Late Night Internet Marketing.
This week on the Late Night Internet Marketing Podcast, we talk about your unique value proposition. Do you have one? What is it? And is it good enough to differentiate your product in the marketplace? All this and more on the Late Night Internet Marketing Podcast.
The Late Night Internet Marketing Podcast.
You've been working for somebody else, but you want a business to run yourself. You want to know how to start and where to begin. Can you get out your comfort zone, my friend? Yes, you can do it right when it's late at night. At the end of the day, your dreams burning inside. So keep it up and you will find that you're building your business one night at a time.
And now, broadcasting late at night from a little studio in the big state of Texas, your host, Mark Mason.
Hey, how is everyone doing? I am your host, Mark Mason. This is the Late Night Internet Marketing Podcast, and it's a podcast for people just like you who are trying to build a business online. Some of you part-time, some of you while you have a day job like me. I hope your week is going fantastic and that you're getting all kinds of amazing, crazy stuff done. And remember, if you want to reach out to me and tell me all about what you're doing, or if you've got something going on and you've got a question for the podcast, hit me up at latenightim.com/Voxer. That's the best way to say hello, the best way to get your voice on the show, to get a shout out. That's latenightim.com/Voxer. I'd love to hear about you, about what's going on in your business, and about any questions that you have about internet marketing that you might want to talk about on the show. So this week, I've been working through Amy Porterfield's course, a Digital Course Academy course. It's fantastic. I love how meta it is because it's a digital course about how to create digital courses, and that digital course is a multi-million-dollar course all by itself. So that's super cool. I love Amy. As you guys know, I go on and on about her almost to the point of embarrassment. She's awesome. She's really an amazing woman. And we've been working through the course. I think we're on module 6 maybe. But we've gone through the course and done things like identified exactly what it is that our course is going to be about and who our ideal customer avatar is for the course. And if you're listening to my voice, you're probably in my ideal customer avatar, the kind of person who has a lot of stuff going on in their life, and usually that means a day job, and they're looking to build a business online. They're trying to grow a fledgling business that they already have. And the particular course that I'm actually building through this round of Digital Course Academy is actually a course on affiliate marketing for people who are just starting that journey, beginning affiliate marketers. So we've been working through that, and we have been working through how to outline the course and how to record the content and how to do things like write the sales page. And while as a marketer who's been online for more than a decade, I know so many of these things, it's totally awesome to hear them explained from a different point of view, from another marketer with tons of experience. And I have to say, even at my level of experience, having done digital courses before, having done online marketing for more than a decade, I'm learning a ton from Amy. So as we're going through the sales page training material, one of the things that I thought was handled really well in the sales training that Amy provides, it's really cool the way she does it. She actually has her copywriter teach the sales training, and he references throughout the training a sales page from one of Amy's old courses, actually courses that convert. He references that as an example as he goes through. which is super helpful to a guy like me who's in the same space. And her copywriter is actually an amazing guy who's incredibly talented. And I've really enjoyed that presentation. So in the sales page training, Amy's copywriter, Rye, talks about the importance of the unique sales proposition or unique value proposition in copy. And I think this is not a new idea, but if you haven't been around marketing for very long, the unique sales proposition is the thing that makes your offer, whatever your offer is, especially perfect or valuable or different and better from everybody else who's making offers in a similar vein. It's what makes your offer super special and irresistible, if you will. It makes it totally on point, and it's your secret sauce. Your USP is kind of your secret sauce. And a lot of times we talk about this in terms of brand. You know, we talked about my ideal customer avatar is someone who is working on their internet business part-time. And the USP for that, for my brand around that, is that I'm a guy who's also doing that. And I talk about working businesses part-time preferentially. I'm taking that into account. And my unique selling proposition for my brand has to do with the fact that I'm delivering content, understanding the part-time online entrepreneur market. I have other unique selling propositions, a decade of experience, and other kind of things that you can tack on. Some would argue that my ability to communicate is part of my unique selling proposition. But whatever yours is, you probably have one for your brand. If you're a yoga instructor and you have some kind of high-level yoga training or certification, that could be part of your unique selling proposition. Or maybe you are a yoga instructor targeting particularly moms who've had kids and are trying to get back in shape or something like that. And you have that experience yourself, and that's part of your unique selling proposition. Whatever it is, you almost certainly have a unique selling proposition for your brand. And you should probably know exactly what it is and get clear on that, because that is the leverage that you can get over everyone else who's trying to do something similar to what you're doing in the marketplace. But I think where USP is overlooked oftentimes is in the area of more specific offers. And I think it makes sense in every case that you actually make an offer, whether it's a long form sales page offer like Rye is talking about in Amy's course, where you need to understand what is the unique selling proposition that makes your course completely irresistible to your ideal customer, or it's a conversion on a landing page. I think you need to be asking the question, what is your value proposition and what makes it unique? And I think there are sort of, in general, three ways that you need to consider your value proposition, whether you're considering it at the brand level, at the sales page level, or even the Facebook ad level, where you're trying to get someone to click on that Facebook ad. There are three ways that you can look at this to improve the quality of your unique selling proposition. One is, I think, just, is your offer relevant? How does your product particularly solve the customer's problem and totally improve their situation? And I think, you know, as Rye describes in the sales page training, and as Ray Edwards has talked about, one of the ways that you take the customer through this journey is that you make sure you amplify their problem. You make sure that you get in touch with the pain that the problem is causing that prospect, and describe how you are uniquely qualified to solve that particular problem, why your solution is a sort of the perfect fit, the yin to the yang, and is directly relevant to the pain that is the customer is feeling, or the thing, you know, we use the word pain a lot, but really what we're talking about is the thing that motivates the customer to want to buy your product, opt into your list, click that ad copy, whatever that is. You want to make sure that you're talking to the right person and the thing that you're offering is relevant. And I think the second thing that you want to make sure that you're doing to make sure that your unique selling proposition is as good as it can possibly be is make sure that your value is very well spelled out. You're quantifying exactly the transformation that you're going to deliver to the prospect. And again, whether that's in a landing page for a simple opt-in or in a 20-page long form sales copy or a sales video, you want to make sure that the value that you're delivering in your sales proposition is very well defined and quantified and clearly evident. You don't want to make sure, you don't want to make your prospects have to infer or guess about what the true benefits are to the transformation that you're offering. And this is a problem that I see people make in their thinking and in their sales copy and web copy all the time, is that they talk about the features that they're going to offer you instead of the benefits. And the simplest example is, I'm going to teach you how to get more traffic to your website. That is a very important feature, but the benefit is you're going to be able to convert that traffic to sales and make more money and have a better life and participate in this transformation that I'm offering you. Traffic is the feature. The methods I'm going to use for the traffic, that's the product that I'm going to teach you that. The traffic is the feature of that, and the benefits of that are whatever it is that you need for the traffic. Because you have to remember, in that particular example, the prospect is coming to you to learn about traffic because they have a pain, and their pain is they don't have enough traffic, but the real pain is they're not making enough money. Their business isn't as successful as they need it to be. And the feature is, we're going to give you all this traffic. Google Analytics is going to blow up. You're going to love it. The benefit is a successful business and all the happy endorphin related feelings and dopamine and all that other good stuff that you get whenever you win in the marketplace. So it's really important that you quantify those values. I think the same is true in terms of the yoga example that we gave before. If you're selling a course on yoga, the benefit, the features are, we're going to do, I don't know anything about yoga. We're going to do downward dog in 17 different ways, and you're going to be incredibly flexible, and your muscles are going to be toned, and you're going to look amazing, and you're going to feel amazing, and you're going to get in touch with your chakra or whatever else it is that you do whenever you learn yoga. Those are all the features, but the benefits are, it's going to change your life. I mean, I talk to people that are into yoga. Yoga changes their life. It changes their whole outlook on the world. It makes them, feel like a whole person and in control of their scene, and it makes them look fantastic. And there are all of these benefits that come from the features that yoga delivers or that you might deliver in a yoga program. So that's the second thing. Make sure you're quantifying those values. Make sure you're attaching importance to the results that your features are getting, and you're doing that in terms of benefits as you start to define out your unique selling proposition. And then I think the one that people often think about when you think about unique selling proposition is the word unique. What differentiates you from the marketplace? Why should a customer buy from you and not from somebody else? In my case, you should listen to me and listen to my podcast because I've been where you are. I am where you are in many cases. I've got a real job just like you. That makes me unique in the marketplace compared to a lot of my competition who's full-time internet marketers, and, they're doing things a different way, right? And so that makes me unique, and that's why you hear me talk about it so often, because that's part of my unique selling proposition. For the yoga person, it might be that she is both a super well certified yoga instructor and a mom of 3 kids. And she was overweight and feeling awful until she went on her yoga journey. She is sort of the perfect storm. that she can understand where you are now. And that makes her unique because she's well certified to get you out of there. And she is absolutely the same as you. Maybe she also spent time at the top of a mountain in some temple in Tibet learning yoga. I mean, I don't know what her unique selling proposition is, but it's pretty easy to imagine that all of us have a unique selling proposition. And I think sometimes people fear these unique selling propositions because they feel like it will disqualify them. For example, a guy like me will think that maybe I shouldn't talk about the fact that I'm targeting part-time internet marketers because maybe the full-time internet marketers won't listen to me. They won't be interested in me because they're not part of my ideal customer avatar and they won't resonate with my unique selling proposition. And I think that fear is part of what leads to this situation where people, they try to be for everybody and they end up being for nobody. That's a problem that you just really can't afford to have. I'll give you a counter example, Amy Porterfield. Amy Porterfield's ideal customer avatar is a mom of two who is at home trying to run an online business full-time while she's raising kids or something like that. I haven't actually talked to Amy about what her exact ICA is, but it's something like that, right? Someone who's trying to run a business, an online business from home. And oftentimes that's because that woman is also trying to raise kids. It's definitely women. She said that many times. I'm not her ideal customer avatar and I love her. So the fact that her unique selling proposition is that she's a woman leader showing women how to get it done, that doesn't turn me off at all. So that's a good counterexample. Don't be afraid to differentiate yourself in the marketplace because I tell you, no matter what kind of content you're creating, no matter what kind of products you're producing, you as a person are going to be able to speak uniquely to certain people better than anyone else on the planet. I've seen this time and time and time again. People like person A, but they don't really resonate with person B. People like some certain guy, but they don't really like Gary Vaynerchuk because he's loud and he talks about hustling and he uses bad language. And that's not what that certain person B wants. And so they resonate with another, they resonate with another marketer who has a similar message, but is more, let's say, laid back and isn't talking about hustle, but is talking about margin in people's lives. That kind of differentiation that attracts people who will resonate with your message and convert to your products. If you end up being everything to everybody, nobody really fully resonates with you. You never find those people that are for you because you haven't been clear on who you are. So how could they find you? So here's my advice to you. Here's the action and takeaway for you with regard to unique selling proposition. Every time you make an offer, no matter what that offer is, whether it's a huge offer, the offer of your brand or the offer of your signature course, or a tiny offer, the offer of a link in Twitter or the offer of a link on a Facebook ad or a one-page short opt-in form, ask yourself the question, what is the unique selling proposition for this order, for this offer rather? Is it relevant? Have I shown the value in an irresistible way? And is it differentiated from all the similar offers out there in the marketplace? If you just do that, just ask those 3 simple questions and think about the yoga instructor out there that studied yoga on a mountain in Tibet, all of your offers will instantly be better starting today. And that's what I want you to do. I hope that helps you. And I hope you take action on this point, this micro action in your business. You can stack these micro actions up and over the long haul, make a real difference in what's going on for you online.
It's time for your late night tech tip. Tools, tips, and tricks for your internet business.
Hey, before I leave you today, I wanted to leave you with a little tech tip. I like to talk about tools, and one of the things that tools have always historically been useful for in internet marketing is search engine optimization. And many of you know, because I talk about it all the time, I use Ahrefs. The problem with Ahrefs, which is an awesome tool that I love very dearly, is it's not cheap. And even I'm at the couple $100 a month level plan. I often find myself wanting the even bigger plan to get deeper. It's just so expensive. It's even hard for me at times to justify the cost of Ahrefs. It's one of those things, I don't use it every day, but boy, when I need it to figure out what's going on or to do some keyword research or to analyze some backlinks or a site, I use Ahrefs. But let me tell you, most people, especially when they're starting out, they can't afford Ahrefs. I totally get that. And when you can't afford Ahrefs, clearly the tool to use is Ubersuggest. And Neil Patel, who owns Ubersuggest now, he bought it, can't remember, a couple of years ago maybe. He just keeps adding amazing features to this tool. And if you're doing keyword research, I want to point you to Ubersuggest right now because there's a couple of really unique, I wouldn't say totally unique, but a really interesting keyword features that he's got in Ubersuggest. So if you go in to Ubersuggest and you do a keyword search, let's say you put in, umbrellas, you can find all kinds of keywords related to umbrellas. And when I say keywords, I'm really talking about keyword phrases that people are talking about in Google. And of course, as you know, the point of knowing these phrases is that you can incorporate them in your content. You can rank your content in Google, in the Google search engine, and you can get free traffic from people who are searching for those keywords. So for example, if you type umbrella into Ubersuggest today, you get 561 keyword ideas. Some of them have volumes on the order of 100,000 searches per month, including umbrella for beach and umbrella stroller. These are, kind of the standard kind of keyword results that we've gotten for years from places like Google AdWords search tool and other tools on the market. Neil has taken this another step further, which I think is really useful. He's got some additional tabs on here. Related keywords. So what keywords are related to umbrella? And, I mentioned umbrella stroller, and it might be obvious to you, but one of the keywords that he identifies as related to umbrella stroller is the keyword phrase stroller with umbrella. And there are many other examples. He also has a tab for questions. For example, when was the umbrella invented? Who needs umbrella insurance? That's an interesting, tangential thing, not for physical umbrellas, but something out of the insurance agency. And what umbrella policies are worth it? So you can clearly see right here in the questions tab on Ubersuggest, if you're not actually selling umbrellas online, but you're actually selling umbrella insurance, you can use this tab to understand what kind of content you would want to write for people who are researching umbrella insurance on the hopes that you could capture that lead and then sell them some umbrella insurance. Prepositions is another cool tab. Umbrellas for sale. Here's one for you. Umbrella with a fan. Now, I'm going to tell you what this makes me think of, umbrella with a fan. Let's say I had a Shopify site and I found a drop shipping item, umbrellas with fans. That sounds pretty cool to me. That must be a thing because hundreds of people a month are searching for umbrellas with fans. But let's say I saw that. I could put up a page on my Shopify site. I could perhaps drive Facebook traffic to umbrellas with a fan, but at the same time, particularly as that site got shared and got some traction in Facebook due to paid advertising, I could write some great copy and eventually rank for umbrellas with a fan. Or maybe I have another page on my site where I review all the particular umbrella fans out there, and then I point back to my Shopify site or to something on Amazon, umbrellas with a fan. Very interesting. And then finally, he has a comparison tab, and the one that jumps out to me here is umbrella or parasol. So maybe you've got an umbrella site, but you've ignored the fact that umbrellas and parasols are related products. Maybe you need to expand your site in that direction, or maybe you need to write some content that compares umbrellas and parasols. Another one that I'm very sensitive to is one at the bottom is Umbrella or Softbox. This is for your camera people out there who are trying to decide whether to use an umbrella screen around your remote flash or a softbox screen around it for lighting, and it's going to depend on your application. So if you're in the camera niche, this might be a good title for you. Umbrella or softbox, which one gives you the best light in this situation? Maybe that's some content you need to write. So Uber Suggest, completely free, definitely recommended. Neil Patel's the man. If you haven't checked out Uber Suggest for keyword and site research and you're looking for a free solution, this is what you need. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic week. Go crush it and consider your unique selling proposition every time you make an offer anywhere in your business. Ciao.
You can do it right when it's late at night.
You've been listening to the Late Night Internet Marketing Podcast.
Be sure to visit latenightpodcast.com today to leave feedback for Mark. Download special bonus content, access the show notes, and more. See you there.
Until then, go and make some great progress on your internet business. One night at a time.
One night at a time.
So I don't think I've talked about this very much lately. I can't even remember the last time I mentioned the fact that I've been on this, I would call it a near keto diet. I don't want to offend the keto evangelists out there. I've been eating high-fat foods with low carbohydrates, and I haven't been paying much attention to, oh, there's a dog. The dog does not like keto. I haven't been paying much attention to whether it's clean keto or dirty keto. And as a matter of fact, it's almost always dirty with me. I mean, I'm the guy who rolls up to the hamburger joint and orders a bunless hamburger. Okay. So that's my kind of keto. And I lost almost 50 pounds. I've got a few more pounds to lose. I started out at 254 pounds. I'm under 210 right now. And I'm closing in on my goal of weighing 100 and something pounds. That's my goal. I'm 6 feet tall. If I weigh 100 and something pounds, that'd make my doctor reasonably happy. I don't know that she's ever super happy, but it would make her reasonably happy. So I'm looking forward to that. And that's going to happen this year. That was a goal I set for myself this year. And like I said, I'm under 210 pounds. So I'm getting there. And it's been very enjoyable because I love the kind of foods that this allows me to eat. I don't crave sugar anymore. I'm totally off of it. I hope to never eat sugar again. So it's all good. I'm really enjoying that. And if you want to know more about how I did this, I think it's really important for entrepreneurs, particularly because we're always sitting on our butts. It's hard to get much exercise. And I've come to decide that exercise is not the very most important thing that you should be doing anyway. Some exercise good, too much exercise bad, exercise not very well correlated to weight loss. That's a whole nother podcast. But if you want to know what I did, you can go to markmason.com/keto, KETO, all lowercase, and you can read about my simple plan. It's sort of brain dead simple. Anybody can do it, and you can lose a lot of weight that way. Cliff and I and some other marketers, we have our own Voxer channel where we talk about keto. It's really fun. But we're committed to it, and I'm having great results. I think one of the cool things about keto that doesn't get as much press as it should is not only do you feel good because you've lost weight, but there's something about how your mind is when you're on keto that's just really fantastic. I mean, your brain likes ketones. And so when your metabolism is ketogenic, your brain is happy. And so that's really cool. So if you're trying to figure out how you're going to lose weight in the new year and you need some inspiration, I encourage you to go over to markmason.com/keto. There's nothing to buy over there, but it's just my story, just a personal blog about how I lost some weight, and I hope that's helpful to you. Ciao.
Late night internet marketing.
Hey, it's Mark again. I wanted to tell you one more time about this absolutely free resource that I have for helping people who are trying to get the big picture for internet marketing actually get started and understand what all their choices are. If that's not you, there's no more content. You can skip to the end. But if you're someone who came to this podcast because you're searching for how to get started online and you just can't cut through all the noise, I get it. That was me in 2007 when I was trying to get started. There were so many people throwing offers at me that I really couldn't even understand what all the different business models were. I couldn't understand how money moved around on the internet. And I couldn't really get a grip on what direction I wanted to go in so I could figure out how to move forward. I've created a free video resource for you just for that purpose at latenightim.com/explain. In several short videos, I just explained to you what internet marketing is all about and what online business is all about and the different options that you have for starting an online business. There's nothing to buy there. You just sign up for access and you get the videos just like that. So if that's interesting to you, or if you know someone who's in a same situation, send them that link, latenightim.com/explain. And let me know what you think. I'd love to hear what people are thinking that are in the exact same position that I was in more than a decade ago in 2007. In some ways, it seems like yesterday. And in some ways, it seems like an entire lifetime ago. Again, that's latenightim.com/explain.
Late night internet marketing.